Excellent. Good morning, everyone. Got it. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coldwell Banker Dynasty, our bi-weekly sales meeting here, which is our education and sales meeting both at the same time. We're so excited to always have so many affiliates that are very supportive of everyone here under this roof, because together we're better. We are an agency that cares and an agency with a lot of heart. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. I'm going to go ahead and begin with introducing the affiliates that are here in person so we can get them on their way. So if you hold on 1 second here. Nicole, are you here? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. Thank you, Sylvia and Kelvin, for allowing us to be here this week. Just wanted to share some exciting news for those of you that are taking advantage of our Fidelity Agent app. There is an update, so be sure to update it. We now have the seller concessions and buyer commission options listed in the mobile app when calculating your seller net sheets, buyer estimated costs. And if you're not utilizing the app, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to get you connected. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and wishing you all a safe and happy Labor Day weekend. Bye.
Thank you. That's right, Labor weekend. Next here we have Tracy. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. This is Tracy from ACG Funding. Good to see everyone here. Thank you, Kelvin and Sylvia, to having me here. I just want to share some good news with the lending side. Our interest has been dropping lately a lot, and the interest rate today is 6% for full documentation. For non-QM, it starts at 6.75. And the great news, we're going to have a rate cut soon, which was announced last week. Federal Reserve is going to announce the rate cut at their next meeting in September. So we are very looking forward to it. My personal prediction is that the rate will probably be around 5 point something because we are at 6% already and they are going to a rate cut. So get ready. Right now we have a lot of refinance going on, and I'm guessing a lot of people are having taking out the money, so they are ready to purchase for another property. Again, thank you so much, and hope everyone have a good Wednesday.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Next in line here, I have John. John, you're up.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sylvia and Kelvin, for allowing us to be here and part of your fantastic office. John Wax with Snap NHD Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports. We're the only ones with the free renters report for your leases and the one that includes the FHDS car form in the reports if it's in a high or very high fire severity zone. It is a great time to engage with your sphere of influence. Reach out to them, text them, see how they're doing now the kids are back to school. It's a good time to talk real estate with them and let them know that you're the professional to help them. One thing that is really prevalent right now is a lot of movement in the land. We're having earthquakes, guys. The latest one was 3.3 miles outside of Idlewild, Pine Cove, which is near Palm Springs. It was a 3.3, and there are a lot of activity. I'm just going to do 2 sections of it. In the last 7 days, we've had 50 earthquakes. In the last 24 hours, there have been 12 significant earthquakes. The best way to find out if the property is affected by earthquake zone as well is to order your Snap NHD reports at time of listing, risk-free. You only pay if it closes. All parties are covered by our E&O to protect you. And I'm here. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm here to protect you and help you and your clients understand what's going on with the reports. And let's have a great end to September and a wonderful Labor Day coming up. And it's a great time to reach out to people. Thank you so much. My information's on my back screen, but I'll put it in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John. Appreciate you and appreciate the flyer that you sent. as to what is a natural hazard disclosure and why do we need it. Getting back to basics is always important. Next I have here is Scott. Scott, you're up.
Hey, everybody, Scott Shimamoto, Journey Mortgage Advisors. We do reverse mortgages and regular mortgages. We're a broker, so we find the best deal that's out there for your clients. I wanted to expand a little bit about what Tracy said. She's correct about interest rates coming down right now. But there's one thing that a lot of people think is true, but is not true regarding mortgage rates is when the Federal Reserve cuts their rate, there is not a one-to-one, relationship between them cutting their rates and mortgage rates going down. Okay, so it does help the mortgage rates to go down because what it does, it's signaling that inflation is coming back under control. And inflation is the enemy of mortgage rates. So the reason why this is because the people who are lending money for the next 30 years, they don't want to rent, they don't want to get you a low interest rate when they don't want to give you a 3% interest rate if inflation's at 7%, because that means they're losing 4% every month. So, but anyway, when they lower this interest rate, I'm talking about the Federal Reserve, that means they're signaling that they feel like rates are coming, inflation is coming back under control. So it might go down by a quarter. There's an outside chance it could go down by a half, but the Federal Reserve does not want their interest rate to be at the levels they're at. They want to bring it down because at some point they want to stimulate the economy again. But anyway, the bottom line is interest rates are going down. If you have a client that bought a house and at 7.5% or something like that, right now is a great time to refinance, and I'd love to help them. And thank you, Coldwell Banker Dynasty, for allowing the affiliates to participate.
Always. Thank you so much. We're better together. Thank you. And next who I have here is Angie. Angie, you're up.
Thank you, Sylvia. Hi,
Welcome.
Kelvin. Angie Tang, First American Title. Well, with the rates dropping, you can also farm for people with larger rates. Maybe they want to move into a smaller home or a larger home for lesser price. So that's also another farming technique you can think about when the rates drop. The other thing is we do have these really cool September calendar of events. And with this September calendar of events, I don't know if you can see it. You can do a lot of farming with these. So we can get these for you. Really cool stuff. For example, you've got the Greek festival coming up in Long Beach. You have a autumn festival in Temple City, right where you guys are at. So these are great things to hand out for all the families out there. And Sandy, of course, has the baggies for farming. So Sandy Franco said for me to pitch for her because she had bad connection. So she can also provide you a lot of door knocking material. Between the two of us, your farm is complete. I've got the list. We've got the goodies. You just go out there, bring your positive vibes and a lot of heart and get those listings. We're here to help you grow them. Angie Tang, First American Title. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's always better to grow together. Thank you. And I'm looking here to see who else we have here. Am I missing any other affiliates? Are there any affiliates that I do not see here? Going once, going twice. Okay. No other affiliates here. I appreciate all of you, and I'm gonna go ahead and just share some tips that kind of just piggyback on what John was saying in regards to the earthquake. Those are a lot of earthquakes, 50-something earthquakes. I get that. I am planning a disaster plan class here. Everyone is welcome. Friends, family, I just need to know in advance. Kelvin gave me the blessing to go ahead and have it done here at our office in the back room. It's going to be September 28th at 2 p.m. Please RSVP because we are going to have materials for everyone that attends. They're going to be supplied by one of the trainers that I volunteer closely with at the Red Cross. So these materials are only going to be provided to those that RSVP because we will have homework for those of you that are going to be attending, and you must be prepared to attend this class. So with that said, I do not see anyone else here that has joined. Let me see. Is my slide ready for the quote or not yet? If
Yes,
not,
it is. Hold on a second.
okie dokie.
Okay, this is ready to go.
Yay. Okay, so thank you. So here is a quote that Mark picked out for the office. And for those of you who know who Michael Jordan is, I know Michael Jordan just because I'm married to a sports buff. But I know I'm going to get shamed for that. I was in an elevator with him once. I didn't even know who he was. So some people want it to happen. Some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. Here at Coldwell Banker, I hope that Kelvin, Mark, myself, Joy, Mary, everyone here in our team, even each other, all of you agents, each other, that you inspire each other, not only to want it, not only to want to make it happen, not only to wish it, but really make it happen. We have so many of you making a lot of things happen here at the agency, and we appreciate you. And just want to share that we're continuing to move mountains because together we can. With that said, I'm going to hand it over to one of the most active brokers out there that I'm very honored and proud to work with. And gosh, over 4 years now. Known Kelvin for quite a few years volunteering with him. And not only is his integrity from volunteering carrying over to running this agency with a lot of heart. So with that said, please help me welcome Kelvin. Kelvin, you're up.
All right, good morning, everyone. It's another
morning.
Wednesday. It's the end of August already, and I'm just really just happy to see so many of you guys actively asking the proper questions and doing business the correct way in the new normal as we have buyer representation agreements nowadays. Who knew that it would take a big lawsuit in order for us to actually get our clients to finally understand and what we want to, hopefully talk about our compensation. So, and put it under an agreement. So for those of you in the last 15, 20 years in the industry like me, who were always afraid of, oh my God, the listing agent stole my client at an open house. For all of you agents who were complaining about your buyers not being loyal to you or working with multiple people, or they had a sister-in-law or friend-in-law, whatever, from their school, help them finally purchase, even though you showed them 8, 10, whatever different homes. Guess what, guys? That days are over now, okay? Because now you're going to be putting your clients under a contract and you're going to be having an agreement with them, and you have something that's enforceable, which is called a contract, that will be valid for a period of a maximum of 90 days, 3 months, and you can renew them every 3 months with your buyers. Okay, so for those of you complainers that hated a listing agent from taking your client and inducing them, well, you should work with me, I get you a better deal, or I'll help you get under contract. Guess what? These agents won't be able to do that because you have them tied under a contract, because you technically you're not allowed to take showings without your client. So we covered a lot of this material. I'm so happy that many of you guys are actually looking at this as a positive thing, because at the end of the day, it could be half empty or half full. That glass is this is our industry now. So we just got to kind of adapt and learn how to talk about, what we consider as our fair compensation if we were to represent a buyer. And for the seller side of things, it's not much more difficult. It's just I like having to only negotiate my own rate with this seller, and I don't have to discuss and talk about the other party's potential commission or whatnot. But I do like to plant the seed. And so I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I did already cover that in detail at last training. So many of you guys did attend. So I'm thankful that you already got that lesson, because we covered everything in detail with examples and a demonstration. So continue to come join us for our sales meetings bi-weekly, or join me for my personal broker trainings every bi-weekly Tuesdays. So here's the upcoming schedule. You can go ahead and mark it on your calendars and register, and Zoom should be giving you reminders about our upcoming these Zoom events. And our affiliates are always loyal and thankful to them for always just, being consistent. So we had our introductions. I love the loan update that the rates are finally dropping to 6%, maybe even slightly lower in the next month. Finally, that will be hopefully some breath of relief for those of us representing some buyers, and now can kind of push us into that buying power that they may need to push them over the edge and get them to say yes and write a stronger offer because the rate's lower. So we have a couple more trainings coming up next week. We have Kelvin's Keys to Success. On Thursday, we'll have John Wax doing how to protect your transaction with the NHD report. We also have David Sanapure. He's a debt management to improve your cash flow. He's a financial analyst and talking to us about really just understanding how debt works, how to improve your cash flow, how some pitfalls of bad assets or bad investments, and potentially just giving you some good financial understanding and how to plan for the future. We have Josh Fisher on Thursday talking about Thursday 26th, the dangers of the dark web. And this is another great class regarding potential phishing and hacking attacks against your identity, against potentially a lot of the dark webs who sells data against other people. They do a lot of terrible things on there as well. So I don't even want you to search the dark web at all, but there's a lot of things going on to scam individuals. And I hope you are not a victim or your clients are not a victim. One of the biggest things coming up next month to look forward to is the annual Reimagine Expo. So I wanted to put it in front of you that there is a registration for free in Long Beach this year, September 24th to 26th. I usually go on the middle day, 25th or 26th, in which they have a lineup of speakers, of free events, a lot of people, a lot of buzz. And so hopefully if you're interested, I'll pull it up with you, but they do have a keynote speakers all over. These are very illustrious, smart, intelligent real estate people who will be speaking at featured events. So if you wanted to check this out, I will go ahead and give you a little bit of a teaser to how to get there. So if you wanted to register, you got to be just simply putting in reimagineexpo.org, and it'll bring you to the website where you could just simply click register now, input your, I think it's going to ask for your CAR or your NAR member ID. Okay, and you can click and look up your member ID. This is one of your benefits of being part of the NAR. And I know every year we go and visit, sometimes we go as a group, this carpool together. We can schedule for those who want to, because there is maybe $15 to $20 parking at the parking lot. So if you want to group together, we can always make some carpool arrangements from the office to Long Beach. And you could also register as a non-member, but there's going to have to be paying. So utilize this, because I know every time we go, there's usually one or two of us that win one of the raffle prizes. So a reminder for you, so get a lot of your business cards and go ahead and enter, because there's a lot of potential raffle prizes being available at the booths when you visit and learn about all the products and services that our industry may potentially use. So I bet you there'll be a lot more stuff regarding maybe ChatGPT and or more marketing services provided, data, CRM systems. There's a lot of cool things for you to explore. So that's where you can register. If you also want to know what the schedule of speakers, here is your schedule topics. And these are all very relevant topics since our industry has changed so much. They're going to go do a lot of stuff regarding your key speakers. So Barb Betts is talking about adapting to the change in the real estate landscape and navigating your compensation conversations. So she'll teach you how to talk, how to justify your value proposition and why you are asking for 2.5, 3% for your buyer broker agreement or less or more. I don't know what you're charging, but at the same time, you are supposed to send me your charging once you come to an agreement with your buyers. So that's just a reminder. We got Kofi Narti talking about being successful strategies for career growth. And so this whole speaker lineup would be visible here, and there's a keynote lunch that is a paid event. If you haven't done it before, I encourage you to check it out. So you got Rachel Adams Lee, she's one of the leaders at another organization. Jordan Levine is an economist with CAR. So that's just a whole lineup of speakers that we will look forward to. Okay, and it may change as we get closer to the next month. So other than that, I'm gonna get back into those slides. And this is a little flyer that John prepared for us regarding next training. So if you want to look for red flags and the FHDS form, property tax tool, your questions that I have, oh, what's my property tax going to be if I buy this at whatever full price? You have the ability to check out that and understand the supplemental taxes, this and the what's called the special assessments as well. You could talk about flood certificates and, just some more training regarding the NHD report, because these are ever more important in getting your fire insurance liability policy as a buyer during your first 17 days of your investigation period. You're also very important to know if it's in a fire zone or not. So that way you are or not required, depending if you are required in a high or very high fire zone, then you're going to have to get an extra report and fill out the disclosures regarding home hardening. And some areas like the Upper Monrovia, Sierra Madre, Azusa, Canyon, those areas, you might even have to have CAL FIRE come and inspect to see if there's any vulnerabilities to the threats of your home for fire. This is all about neighborhood protection and also just protecting your own valuable home. Want to wish all the September babies next month a very happy birthday. My son's born in September as well, Brady, and many of you, like Joy, is born in the month of September. So I want to wish her a happy birthday. We'll have a little cake and a happy birthday song that either that Friday or Monday. So we'll talk and send that out just to appreciate her and the staff for really just being awesome. Other things to look forward to is the Arcadia Association of Realtors trainings here schedule. You can always go to their site, but we like to put it in front of you just so you can understand. It's cool to see Jeffrey Prang talk about the LA County annual report regarding tax assessments and tax issues that are going on. You have the CRMLS training as well to talk about Homes Pro app. You also have commercial eviction laws of 2024. This is a nice little class on September 5th. And the BRBC form, a free class to talk about the 3-page, 13-page form and how to explain this to the buyers, what is clear cooperation, and kind of just giving you the details that are important if you're newer in the industry and newer to that form and your first time trying to fill out that BRBC. I can understand it's confusing, but don't worry, I also have your back as well. So I covered that class and I recorded it for you so you can watch it at your own leisure. West San Gabriel has a cool class. This is Reve. It's a real estate foundation talking about your 45-hour license renewal. So those of you who are renewing in the next 2 years or so, go ahead and take a free class. There's a webinar here. I'm sorry, this is not free. This is $85. If you're a paid member of CAR, you might as well just go into the CAR's 45-hour free class, just so you know you don't have to pay for this 45 hours. And there's also free ethics trainings at both boards. They offer it every quarter or every half a year. So if you have to do your ethics training, I think it's every other year, go ahead and just sign up for that. I've done it already. It's just a quick class, and then you answer the questions appropriately, pass. Any management updates from Sylvia? Mark?
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Kelvin. Yes, I basically it's going to be minimal today. Angie covered some of the events that are going on in September here locally. So it's important that all of you attend these events, have your business cards, your badge on, just like John Watts always says, have your badge on, have your business card, just meet people. Just randomly, I'll share with you yesterday, I was walking down to a building. As I was walking to a building, I had my badge on. A woman stops me and she says, I like your shoes. Are those zippers? And I said, they are. She said, do those zippers really work? And I said, yes, they do. She asked me, she knew the designer, and she's an IT, she's a nerdy person. I teach, and I really, really didn't expect for her to know the brand of the shoes. And I was really impressed. And she says to me, you know, what do you do? And I told her I'm a realtor. That went into a further discussion. So she'll be coming to the office tomorrow and having a conversation with me all over shoes, guys. So, you know, an opportunity is out there. You'll never, ever have a second chance for an opportunity if you don't. I still prospect Kelvin. He's our broker. I still prospect. One day, it's on my bucket list. I'll sell him a house. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is enhancing your natural communication style. Okay, it's important that you enhance your natural communication style. For me, I'm not looking for the business, but somehow in a reverse way, the business, I'm actually asking for the business. So maybe it's my communication style. So maybe that's what that is. So whether it's putting your 2 cents into others, or talking, or maybe even shying away from a disagreement, or maybe your natural communication style shapes your relationships. Now that you have an opportunity to use your self-awareness and self-management and social awareness skills to shape your natural style. So I just want to say to you that you can all call it whatever you like. You know, think about how your friends, your family, your colleagues, your experience, your style, whether it's direct, indirect, whether it's comfortable, whether it's serious, whether it's entertaining, whether it's discreet, controlled, or whether it's chatty, you know, intense, curious, cool, you know, intrusive, you know, you name it. It's because you've likely heard about it, and more than once. You've heard about it more than once. So at the end of the day, I just want to leave you with that. There's an opportunity anywhere. There's no secret or magic to anything. Just talk to people and take that opportunity. I had the badge on. What do you do? So I leave you with that. Kelvin, back to you.
Hey, I like to talk about shoes too. So I just got some really cool new shoes. These are called the Yeezys 380s.
What?
I'm so excited about these. These are,
You know how expensive those are?
I know Yeezys were going for like $200, $300, $500. Kanye
Yep.
just made them very famous, like 2020 or something like that, 4 years ago. But they're on sale right now. If you see the Adidas website, you can get some Yeezys like 50 to 70% off. So
Wow.
they're very stylish, and I'm actually buying these for my dad. So
Wow, that's a cool dad. Mario's going to be styling.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome for you, Kelvin. So, Kelvin, here's an opportunity. I have an opportunity for you.
Yes.
I can sell you a house with a really nice really nice walkway leading up to the door where I change lives for you if you put those shoes on.
You can sell me a house if I put those shoes on.
Yes.
I already put them on. I just tried it on.
No, you missed the opportunity. I was pitching you that you know, you can put those shoes on at a house that I would sell you on a nice walkway up to the door where I would change lives by the doors that I open for you. So I'm just sharing with the group here. Opportunity, guys, jump in. Don't be afraid that he's your broker. You never know.
Yep. So I didn't want to wear these shoes and put them on because I wanted to give them brand new to my dad. Because we all know once you habit that brand new home or the brand new shoes, it loses half its value automatically. So anyway, talking about value and all this stuff, know your value, guys, know what you're worth, and have that discussion, because we're going to talk and have these classes on your value proposition, and there's so many different offerings as well. So it's Coldwell Banker. They have classes at CB University talking about your presentation and you can customize your sphere of influence. I liked how a couple of the agents last week were wanting to put a door knocking flyer together, and I helped them out because they were there, they were struggling, and I showed them how to do it. And then they're going, wow, that was actually not that hard. I can customize my own flyers here for free. I don't have to pay a $200 designer fee. Oh yeah, you can simply just put your own picture, your own letter, and your message, and boom, you have a high quality presentation to share if you wanted to go out and door knock or send emails out or e-blast campaigns. All that stuff is available, but I can't teach it to you. You got to take the instructor classes because these are so much more detailed at a level that you want someone that's advanced to teach you this stuff. So if you want to learn about pricing strategies, building your own CMAs, and leveraging the techniques, they also have Thursday classes on August 29th. If you want to work on expireds, there's some great tips from a top producing agents at Coldwell Banker, and how to really price reposition your properties that are lingering on the market. So set proper expectations with your sellers, and how to have that tough conversation. So I encourage you to improve your knowledge and techniques and to listen and learn from top producers all around the globe and country, because they do get to share what they do well. And maybe you have a little tidbit of knowledge from here, from there, from New York style, and a Florida, Dallas agent. There's all over. There's a lot of great trainers that are teaching us, because it's the same thing whether you're buying a house in California or Arizona. We basically have property, we have land, we got improvements, and we also have a contract that hold to. So it's not much different. So just want to make sure you understand where to find it. It's at CB University after you log into my CB desk. The legal webinars are also available every month. They've been talking about and recorded from attorneys how to go and cover the questions you have. So if you want to know about disputes, you want to know about the new forms or the wildfire, all that stuff is already covered. And I like to listen to attorneys because they pay attention to the particulars, the really fine print. And the biggest, hottest news is I don't know about the forms. I don't know how to fill it out. I'm not sure when to use which one to use, how to complete it. Do I have to put in an area, or do I have to put in a this and that? So this whole smart zone is the link, and you can go in here and they go through exactly how you want it, whether you want it in a fact sheet, like a summary, or you want to just look at the form yourself, or you want to take a video from someone teaching it to you. They're all available for you to learn how to complete the forms, or better yet, there are video forms. If you prefer a video format, they're also right here. These are the links. And if you prefer Broker Kelvin just giving you how it is, then just go ahead and watch this link here, because I talked about 2 hours of worth of class in this, completing the new listing, the new RPA is and the bundles that they give you, explaining it from a direct approach and a practical approach of how, with examples. So I don't care where you get your information, as long as you're doing it in compliance and you're doing it to, hopefully you're doing it with my recommendations. I put my strategies up here. The market update, as you heard, is bouncing back from a very slow period of hibernation. Not a lot of volume because sellers have been locked into their properties, and they're locked into their old, great, attractive financing rates and the prices that they purchased back then. Buyers have been locked out because they can't afford high prices and high interest payments. So it's kind of like a very, very slow momentum that dragged on for the last year and a half. Realtors and brokers have had the worst year and a half ever in the last 20 years. So we're hopefully going to come to a rebound, because as we heard, rates will decrease. Borrowing power helps buyers out. It may still help those sellers that are trying to get that peak value that they're holding on to, when the rates reduce, the buyer actually gets great more positioning power when you get a whole 1 point drop from a 7 to a 6 or a 6 to a 5% rate. You get so much more borrowing power. Do you know how much you calculate as total payments of a 30-year when you're at 6% rate? You know, there's a lot of cool things that you can understand and go to. And one of the cool things I'll show you, I'll go to a website to help you calculate this with your clients. It's just searching borrowing power buyer, car.org. And they have a purchasing power calculator. So if you see my screen, hopefully you do see a purchasing power calculator. I can easily kind of explore how something helps out a buyer in comparing it with the rates and stuff like that. Let's say they were buying in Los Angeles County.
Excuse me,
Right?
Kelvin, your screens are not coming up.
Okay. So thanks for speaking up.
Sure.
And I just simply went to CAR. I searched purchasing power calculator. And if I have a borrower that's buying, let's say, an annual income of, let's say I say they make about 100 and combined 160,000. Okay. And they're going to put, let's say, 20% down. And what happens if I were in a 7% environment, as was the last 18 months, around 6.75, 7%? Well, guess what? If they were to, with the income of 160,000 combined, they can only buy $720,000 price cutoff, where they have to save 20% down, 144. Their monthly payment would be 4,667. Okay. That's a high, it's probably what they're paying in rent. But how many homes in LA County were at 720,000 or less? Not too much. Everyone, you know, those are maybe a small condo, maybe a small townhouse. Maybe it was in the outskirts of LA County. But when you drop from a 7% rate to where we're at today, 6%, that same buyer has the same payment. Now they can buy a $85,000 purchase price. Okay. So that 1% from last month, all of a sudden to this month, they can have $64,000 excess buying power to this purchase price. Now the range of options for that buyer has just suddenly increased another 10%, 9%. Okay. So that's just how I could give you some illustrative perspective. What happens if we jump from that 7% environment, which was a 720 max purchase price, if we go to a 5.5% interest rate, maybe in November, December? That same buyer now can offer a 4.2 and have the same payment of 4,667 and buy up to 819,000 purchase price in a couple of months. Okay. So with the same payment, now I can get this buyer to even afford a better home, hopefully, if the rates drop to 5.5. And that should happen in the near future. Okay, there's 2 or 3 more rate cuts in the next 6 months. It's going to happen. So that's just to set up your client for success. Hopefully they can get the idea that the same payment and they can afford to pay and offer 820 versus 720 a month ago. It's a whole $100,000 of borrowing power that's now enabled at the same payment. Okay. So that's just a cool thing to show you guys, and easily go through illustratively with my buying clients. And I like to do this because I like to offer value while my buyers trying to sign, and I'm trying to convince them to sign my buyer broker agreement. These are all tools I can use to show my experience. All right. Any questions? If not, let's go back to the slides. Talking about that really quickly before I end, I wanted to give a message from the president of CAR, Melanie Barker. So I don't know if you've read this. Last week, she sent out a very good video email. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, But I want to tell you that as a result of the lawsuit and all the changes, there is one thing that they're working towards, is that they want that not just the buyer broker agreements to pertain only to car or to licensed realtors who are paid members of the industry. They want this law to be applicable to all real estate licensees using Assembly Bill 2992, which will be voted on this upcoming ballot in November. So this is going to mandate buyer broker representation agreements for all California licensees, not just realtors. It wants to, if we're going to protect consumers, then it has to impact to all licensees. That includes commercial agents. It includes just non-active licensees or the one-timers that work as a, without a membership. So this is going to be spread fairness amongst all practitioners. And the industry has faced challenges, not agents not fully understanding your responsibilities. There's a lot of lack of clarity and confusion. Everyone recognizes this. But I do want to remind you, one of the biggest issues that they have heard from CAR is that there's not a place to put in a listing agreement a seller to commit for compensation to the buyer's agent. That's true. You can't not commit a seller to pay a buyer's broker agreement. That's antitrust, and that's a violation of the Department of Justice's settlement. But we could recommend a payment to a buyer incentive. That's allowed, where they get the seller's commitment, and that each offer should include an SPBB if that buyer wants to request with a buyer broker payment from the seller. So be mindful of how you do and practice and this and that. Everyone is watching. There are people out there who are trying to be compliance police officers. So I hope you really do just do the right way, because there are many people who may report you.
Kelvin, may I share?
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. So I want you all to be very aware that what Kelvin is saying is absolutely 110% accurate. No names shared, no names disclosed, but I did get a phone call yesterday, and this person is one of the biggest pet bulldogs out there regarding compliance and rules and regulations. And I was able, it happened unfortunately to one of our agents, something that shouldn't have been done. And this person calls me personally and says, this is your office, this is your agent. So now I'm being held at a higher standard because I am on the rules and regulations committee at CRMLS, because I am a manager here, because I'm a professional standards. And this person knows all this, knows Kelvin, knows myself, knows Mark. So was ready to report one of our agents for non-compliance on some areas that this person was just hungry, got excited, and did an advertisement, didn't run it by any of us, and it was a violation. However, I was able to get this person not to report our agent, but doesn't mean somebody else out there is not going to report this person. It's beyond my control or anybody's control. However, it's starting. People are out there that do not have so much business, that are just being watchful and watching what others are doing and how they're doing their practice and how they're not doing their practice. So this is real. What Kelvin is telling you is 110% real. So it can happen to anybody. So please be aware. Thanks, Kelvin. I appreciate you letting me share.
The next time he gives you any slack or flack or whatever, you tell him you belong to the most non-compliant company out there. All right. So just throw it back to him. Now let's go back to the slides, and here we go. So just to give you an idea how members believe the next month is the current month of August, they're saying that this is the amount of closings that have happened in the whole entire California region. But what I'm noticing here is more interested in what realtors think will happen in the week ahead. From a realtor perspective, only 1 out of 5 realtors believe sales will be up. It's much less than the hopeful that it was the month prior. Only 1 out of 5 thinks prices are going up. That means 4 out of 5 think prices are flat or going down. And only 34% of the realtors believe listings are going to go up. 1 out of 3, so 2 out of 3 believe that listings will be down. Okay. That's just interesting just to see what the realtors. So I do see the slowness. I do see a lack of inventory. There is a lot more days on market climbing in our region in various listings. So, and not multiple offers of, let's say, 15, 20 offers on every listing. You're lucky to get 2 or 3 on most of your listings if you're priced around the market price. Okay. So I got the classes here available at Broker Kelvin Chang. I hope you subscribe and listen to if you can't make the Tuesday classes. And we have updated the standard sale checklist. So just a reminder, some of you guys have been asking about the revised new checklist. It's complete. It is covering residential sales, 1 to 4 units. It covers entities. It covers manufactured homes, condominiums, and townhouse sales. It also covers mobile homes. So if you like the new format, it's a 3-page checklist, but the 3rd page is where I provide situational needs. Okay. So our new listings here is Adam Wong has a nice new listing for rent at Rosemead, 3307 Isabel, asking $2,600 per month. And congrats to Amy and Nancy. They got a monthly rental in Rancho Cucamonga. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath for 11,899 Mount Cambridge Court. Henry Liu has a beautiful 10th Avenue Arcadia luxury estate for $2.7 million. Huge 24,000 plus lot and a 5-bedroom, 5-bath. Very, very beautiful home. That's not a bad price for that area. And 2117 Curtis Avenue, Alhambra. Gene Chang has a nice new duplex listing, and for 1.68 million, you got a very large square footage. Just keep in mind, this is all single story. So that looks like it's spread out very, very large in terms of footprint of the lot, and probably has some great upside. Talk to Gene if you have anyone interested for this one. Angel Lau has a beautiful Hacienda Heights listing at 1540 Forest Glen Drive. $1,090,000 for this large 2552 square foot 5-bedroom home. I love 3-car garages. Awesome. And Daniel Wong, he's got 215 Hilliard Avenue, Unit B. This townhouse is for $755,000. It looks like it might be detached. Talk to him if you have anyone looking for Monterey Park. That's a pretty reasonable price for a 3-bedroom for $755,000. And Laura Liu, she's got a beautiful new restaurant for sale. This is on Valley Boulevard in Alhambra. This business opportunity is only $150,000. Talk to Laura if you have anyone interested in a biz op right here.
Kelvin, what's the address on that one?
You talk to Laura.
Okay.
Some business owners don't like to publish their address for sensitivity to their employees.
Okay.
It's intentional. The Shanae Lam has 1893 Tower Mina Court in Riverside. There's a 588,000 Riverside home, single family, detached. What a great price. Talk to Shanae if you have anyone interested in this lovely newer build style. It's good pricing. We have Jackson Wong closing. So I want to congratulate him on getting this large 8-unit Los Angeles multifamily building. This is 2.25 million. Wow, that's a great price. Only 2.3 million, 235,000 per door. Not bad for Los Angeles, and it's under the 5 million millionaire mansion tax threshold. Meng Lee, he sold 1711 Potrero Grande. This is Rosemead, 660 lot size, sold at 838,000. Good job, Meng. He did happy for him. And Kayla Liu, she's just leased out 2918 Sycamore Lane in Arcadia. Very proud of her, doing a great job. And Helen Ma closed on her listing at 16397 Spruce Street, Hesperia. 2 units for $458,000. Not bad. Great job, Helen. Michael Paris leased this one out in Monrovia, 235 May Avenue. It's a 3-bedroom leased at $43.50 per month. And Helen got this one closed in Fontana for $583,000, sold 9516 Acacia to her clients, and they're very happy to have finally closed and got keys. 1027 Siesta Avenue, La Puente just closed last week. Congrats, Daniel. He closed for $740,000 in La Puente. And Tracy Nguyen just closed 1538 Conlin Ave. Awesome, Tracy. I'm so happy to get one of her first few sales in. $791,000 for this 1321 square foot house. Awesome job to her. Jerry and Connie closed on this manufactured home, 3530 Damien in Laverne. It's $200,000 for the manufactured house. And hopefully, if there's anyone else have any coming soons or want to pitch anything else, now's a great time to do so. Anybody on here?
Yes, I would.
Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Just want to pitch real quick. It'll be on the MLS today, waiting for the photos to come in. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, charming little home in Whittier, 7931 Caldwell in Whittier, just about block away from Whittier College off of Painter. It is going to be listed for $820,000. Let me know if you're interested. Thank you.
I do know that Hadley and Painter area is a old historical area. You got to make sure your property is or is not the historical street for that section of town. Because then there are some limitations, and there's a whole historic society that's to approve any exterior changes that you do. But it may
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
we
qualify from Mills Act.
We sold it to them 3 years ago. They're outgrowing it. Was not a historical home, but good point. It may be flagged now as a historical home, so I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Hi,
Anyone else?
Kevin.
Yes, Julia.
Yes, David and me have a new listing in Los Angeles. It's a restaurant for sale, a business
Awesome.
opportunity. It's a fast food to go fast food, and South Central Avenue. It's a small plaza, but very good location. So I want to announce that, and anybody have a client who is going to start a quick start business, please come to take a
I
look.
would say talk to Laura. She might have someone already.
Okay.
I referred her a business op, and she already got it done. So yeah, she has a lot of people who might be looking for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Hope you guys can work cooperatively.
Mhm.
Anyone else have anything?
I'd like to share something, not house related, but agent related, if it's okay.
Sure.
Just want to say to our newer agents to our office, new to our office in the industry, I want to just share a shout out to Robin Fruit. I want to give a shout out to Alicia as well. Both of you for working so diligently and trying to drum up some business and getting some movement out there. And Alicia will be recording she's brand new, and she'll be recording on her first deal today. So shout out to her. There's been a lot of training with her. She's been doing quite a bit of TikTok videos, and she's got over 80,000 people following her. So, what works for you, like we said, Mark and I, when we sit down with you, not everybody is a cookie cutter perfect person. We don't treat you like a template here. We treat you individually based on your individual talents. This is why we let's get acquainted meeting first. Find out if there's a hidden gem inside that you're unaware, and we're here to try and develop that. So just want to share those kudos, and also to Jean for setting up an appointment. She's been in this industry for a while. She wants to learn it, and also Andy. Thank you guys. Andy got his BRBC signed. It was something very shocking at the beginning for him. Now he's walking on a cloud. It's like, yeah, I got this. You know, he's so confident now. It's like he would, you know, so that's what we want you all to be. Thank you.
Okay, great job, everyone. And yeah, I'm happy to see Alicia she's only been licensed for less than 2 months.
Yes.
And boom, she's already a go-getter. So she's out there and I'm
Yeah.
proud of her. So you've been a great mentor to a lot of them. And thank you all for being here today, sticking to the very end. That's pretty much it for today. My last slide is simply a very quick little wish you all
Weekend,
an
Labor
amazing
weekend.
Labor Day weekend. So
Yeah.
enjoy your Labor Day. Hopefully you're not working too hard. And go out to a barbecue, network, talk real estate with your buddies and tell them that the rates are going to improve and that sign your buyer broker agreement now so that you can go start shopping before the flood of buyers start shopping back into the marketplace. Get ahead of the curve, not behind. So have that conversation, get them excited to work with you. And for those of you who are into football like myself, this is also fantasy draft weekend. So we're going to be doing some looking forward to the NFL kickoff starting September 7th, I think. So that's cool to have another sport coming back. All right. Bye, you guys.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
week. Bye, everyone. Have a good Labor Day. I'm here for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.